this in?
Tolley Reserve.
And are we in Nuriootpa or Tanunda?
Nuriootpa.
So we're in Nuriootpa.
Yep.
And I'm not a local, so I can't say it right.
This is the North Para Linear Park.
Okay. And this is a loco, a steam loco, obviously, number 217. And it's got its like sort of buffers, like the one at Gawler has a lot missing.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at.
I mean, even its lamp is still there, like its front, what we call headlights. It's a lamp because it's actually, would that be kerosene?
Yeah.
So someone would have to light that lamp?
Yeah, would have been.
But this one looks very complete, doesn't it?
It does look very complete. I think it's a different class to the one at Gawler.
And I'm lucky enough not having to put my oh gee, there's a signal.
We have a signal, yeah.
They've even, this is what I use to put over my phone. It's just a dish sponge, but as a diffuser, I don't need that because there's actually no breeze today.
No.
I'm hoping there's a plaque or something that tells us there would be.
I'm seeing a plaque there on
the
side of the cab.
Well, it looks like there's a plaque right here. Barossa Valley Archives and Historical Trust Incorporated. So I'll see if I can zoom in for people and maybe you can read it yourself. Or Julie can read it out for you.
It's an RX class locomotive, 217.
So it's not NEF class?
No, it's not NEF class.
It's an
RX.
RX.
It was built in Maryborough, Queensland by Walkers Limited.
And it looks as though it was retired from service in 1969. So it covered over 1 million kilometres.
And it was bought by local public subscription.
I corrected, 1 million miles.
Yeah, miles.
So 1 million miles. So we're already talking, what, 1.4?
Something like that.
I don't know. You can do the figures yourself.
A lot of kilometres.
That's a lot of kilometres. So in those days, it was miles back in those days. So when did we get the conversion?
Google
it. I think I was in school when we got it, and it was in the 80s.
Oh, when did we switch over?
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
I know there's a lot of things happening.
Currency was 1966.
I know currency was 1966, but the measuring came in when I was in school, and they taught us both.
Mm-hmm.
So it was not enforced, I think, until the 80s, I think. It was a big thing.
Yeah.
I was in like 3rd class or something. But yeah, they were phasing the metric in the mid-60s, and yeah. Anyway, I'll zoom out.
Now, we could do one thing on this that we couldn't do on the train door.
You can actually get on it, so I think you've got to go into the park. So, but it says do not climb on train. I don't...
Train, in other words, don't go climbing over the buffers.
So we'll just go round. And yeah, on the Gawler one, we couldn't actually, I haven't got my wind buffer on, but there's no wind. So if you want to come and have a look up in close and personal with the one in...
No, this one you can.
Well, shall we walk on it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It says do not climb on train, but...
In other words,
you're
climbing up here. They've got stairs.
They've got stairs, so... And they look like they're in good condition, don't they?
And a warning sign that says metal may get hot in hot weather. So...
And there's stairs in and out of it on both sides. Wow.
And you can actually walk through the cab.
And there's like a seat here. Imagine, this is not really... You know, that's...
That's the cruise seat.
That's, well, the drivers and the...
And the second...
I sort of thought this has been welded up.
Yeah, it has.
Do not climb on the train again. But what's this?
I really don't know.
I don't know what all this stuff is, but...
I'm not familiar.
But I'm thinking this
if
is...
you stand here, you can get
this
a
is
view
where
of
the
coal tender.
This is the coal tender, so that... Oh, they've welded that all up.
Yeah.
Then that's what you would have had to shovel from here.
This is
and then you would have opened this furnace here and they would have shoveled straight into here.
That would have, that's where the hole went.
And I have no idea what all these controls
I
are.
don't offhand.
But yeah, there's another one here.
But yeah, this is whichever side.
So you don't mind me filming you? This is Julie. She's sitting in one of the driver's, or if you like, one of the engineer's seats.
And that window was your view out the front. That's what you got to see.
Well, yeah, there's not much, is there?
Not much of a view.
And then you had to be tall to look up there. You'd have to at least 6 foot to look over the nose of the train,
and
wouldn't you?
The equivalent window on that side's been welded up.
Yeah,
for some
that's
reason.
right. And all the gauges would have been up here, and they're all missing their glasses and stuff. They've all been. But yeah, I mean. And there's like a plate here that moves, so I don't get all that. Oh, we're standing. Oh, I get it now. We're actually standing between the tender and the actual engine,
yes.
Which means there would be a connection under us.
A connection.
And that would explain this moving, this plate's moving. That is just amazing.
Two separate vehicles attached to each other.
Yeah, and
you couldn't
none
have
of these
one
wheels
without
move.
the
But
other,
I remember the old Tolley electric passenger cars had very similar wheels as the brakes.
Yeah, it's the brake.
So
wheel.
these would have been valves to turn them. And somebody that's a loco, into
Someone who
locos.
understands steam locos would know more of what we're looking at, but
Yeah. Yeah. So you maybe you explain that in the comments. That would be great. I mean, you've got like steel on above, but there's like timber here. Why? I don't know.
Well, if you're here and it's raining, you'd get wet if that wasn't that roof.
Yeah, but I would suspect that this steel would keep some of the water off. I'm wondering whether this timber was there to shield you from the heat, maybe.
Yeah, it would have. Well, certainly from the sun, but the heat here is coming from
out
here.
there.
So you can't. Nothing's going to shield you from that.
Anyway, we'll go and have a bit more of a walk around.
Driving a steam engine is just hot, dirty work, from what I've read.
Well, yeah, let's have a bit more of a walk around here. I'm just going to go down the stairs without tumbling down them. And have a look at this side of this loco, well, the tender. And it's got.
Yeah.
When was this built? I think that. See, this has got SRA 1908 on it.
SAR 908.
Sorry, SAR 908. Those bogies on that tender have been.
It was retired. Hang on, retired 69.
Yeah.
Yeah, would have been built early last century.
So.
I'm sure there's information online about when this particular loco was built. 217 identifies it.
Yeah.
SAR RX class.
Yeah. So
Google that.
I just get excited. I mean, I'm not into trains as much as some people, but I do find these things very interesting. And these bits here are designed to shuffle the cattle off the road.
Essentially, yeah.
What they call these things?
Cow catchers.
Cow catchers. But I mean, really, steam locos coming towards you, and you're a cow. The reality is, you're not going to survive that.
No.
It's just going to push your body out of the way.
But that's right. That's better than having the cow hit the wheel
or going under
and
it,
derailing the engine.
Yeah. So.
Because derail these things and train crew end up dead.
Well, it's a big mess, isn't it?
But there's a big lot of hot water.
Let's go and see if we can. I don't think we can work out.
That boiler will be basically full of
water.
Hot water and hot steam.
Yeah. The plaque here, does it say when this loco was built?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't say when it was built. It
just says when it was retired.
And it was put on site in 1971.
Yeah.
But this is where we were standing. So if you look under here, yep, under there, that's the the connection between the tender and the thing. The tender and the... Is any information in that plate?
Seeing a 1911 there, maybe?
Is that, yeah, that's a 19... What she's looking at is this date here. That's a 1911.
Now, that can be when the wheel was...
That might have been when it was SAGR,
SA Government Railways.
A or B? That looks like a R. Government Railways, SAGR. Anyway,
But this wheel seems to have 1914, manufactured by Krupp, which is a German manufacturer.
So 1914. So what did that other one have on it? That one says 1914.
That one's, I think...
1911. And there's another one here that's covered up. I know, it's getting into that point, you know. Alright, well, this was just a little detour off the road.